Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. If you're new here, I have some alocasia care to do today, and you'll have to ignore my hair. I actually just showered and I didn't feel like dealing with it, and it's super gloomy because it's raining, so if my hair gets frizzier as the video goes on, just ignore that. I didn't feel like messing with it. I wasn't planning on filming this afternoon, but I got a new mic and I wanted to test it out. And so if the volume or sound is a little bit different in this video, that's why. I literally just broke it out of the box, so I'll have to see how it goes filming. The gain looks okay right now, but I'll have to see in editing if I need to tweak it or mess with the volume any. So yeah, my apologies if the sound is a little bit off. It probably sounds better closer to me. The other mic I've had it since I first started my channel. I love the Rode mic. I've had it for almost 4 years, not quite. And the lavalier attachment that I've been using is breaking, and it's driving me crazy because the audio keeps cutting out. If I stop talking for more than a few seconds, it will go silent. It just is very harsh when I start talking again, and it drives me absolutely crazy in editing. I can't stand it anymore. So this mic was recommended, so I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. And I like that I don't have a cord anymore. The Rode mic is heavy when you clip it, so that's why I had that cord attachment for the longest time. But because it's breaking, the bottom part of it is breaking, it just keeps losing signal, and I just was at my wit's end in the last video. I couldn't deal with it anymore. So yeah, it just came from Amazon, so we'll see how it goes, but you'll have to let me know how it sounds. So for today's video, I didn't want this to be a crazy long video with the new mic in case the volume isn't that good, but I figured we could pot up some Alocasia Pups. I have 4 new Alocasia, 2 are repeat purchases, and then I have a corm, a bonus corm that we'll take care of. So technically 5 Alocasia, and they're pup size, so they're small, so we're going to get them potted up today. I think I will do them all in semi-hydro, and the pond that I'm going to use, you guys know that I've been experimenting with a chunkier pond, and it's still, I don't have that much experience with it yet, or because I just started using it. I do like it, but I want to play around with it more and see how the plants do in it. I feel like it's going to be a little too chunky for some Alocasia just because their roots are a little bit more delicate than Anthurium or Monstera roots. So I'm thinking what I might do is I bought a bag of perlite, and what I want to do is mix my perlite that I bought. It's not thick, chunky perlite. I'll show you because I haven't opened it, and I'm going to mix that with the pond so that it's a little bit more aerated. I am finding a little bit of rot with some Alocasia, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's the dense pond, and yeah, I just want to aerate it a bit more, and I feel like I don't want to go full chunky with some of the plants, so I think that'll be a good solution. So we'll see. But let me show you the Alocasia that we're working with here. It's very gloomy. It's finally raining. It's been raining all day, which is so nice, but the weather is very dark. Yeah, we have all of these here, but I'll go over them here. I'm going to show you the Alocasias that we're working with first, and then I'll grab everything that I need and we'll get to potting them up. Oh. So the first one, this is one of the mother plants. I just wanted to show you the mother plant first. So this is one of the newer Alocasias I bought. I think it was later last year. So this one is a pseudo Sanderiana. It's supposed to be a pinky peach, those kind of tones. And the new leaves do, I have a new leaf here so I can show you. It does come in with those pretty pinky, peachy tones like that. But I mentioned in my plant room update, it burns into this, like that. It's very muted. It's a really beautiful Alocasia. And this was a corm start pup, and it's taken off, you guys. This thing is growing like a weed. I just watered in here last night, and she's growing a ton of roots in here. Look at that. She may need to upsize soon. And she's pushing some corms. I do have one of her pups here to show you, and I have a couple more pups from her. but I just don't love the burning in variegation that she's doing. But the plant itself is a beautiful plant. I love how easy she has been so far and how like quickly she's sizing up. But I want to give you an example of one of her corms. So this is one of the corms that I was going to hold back and grow out. You can see that first leaf has a beautiful, this is what I thought the plant would do, the mother plant, where it has like that pink, kind of white pink tones that have burned in. But the newest leaf is kind of looking like the mother. It's not as vibrant. So I'm thinking this one might be doing the same thing. But I held this one back just to see what the genetics would do, that I could restart another plant that had better genetics. So that's one of her pups. I'm probably not going to keep this. And I was browsing, I found a new Etsy shop. An Etsy seller that I've ordered from a couple of times, and I really like the plants so far. Two of the plants here are from this shop, and she was selling one that had really good genetics, and she wasn't selling it for like a super expensive price. I thought it was a really good deal. But look at the variegation, you guys. That's the newest leaf. It's the same plant, and that leaf. And this oldest one here is kind of yellowing off, but it has a really good color, really good genetics, and it's carrying on, like all the leaves are burning into that beautiful color. And it's in there, I think it's just tree fern and perlite, in a little cup like this. So I think I will get this. I don't like to transfer it upon from like a soil mix, but I might go ahead and transfer it today and just go ahead and get it potted up. But I purchased this one because, again, it was displaying really good genetics and it was burning in like that, because it's 3 leaves is very promising. So that's what I look for when I'm buying alocasia. If you can see like the mother plant and the genetics that it's displaying, and then obviously like I don't want one that is going to repeat what the mother plant is doing. So I probably will let this one go once it pushes one more leaf, and then I will just grow the new plant out. But can you imagine this color, this variegation on her? She would be so pretty. Like, I love this alocasia. I love the leaf shape and everything. So I'm excited to see what this one is going to do. So that is the first alocasia. So I'm not doing anything with the mother, and I'm not doing anything with this one. I just wanted to show you examples, but we'll get her potted up. So that's the first alocasia. The second alocasia that's a repeat purchase is Regal Shields Albo. So this is one of mine. This is 3rd generation. It's one of the pups that recently sprouted that I'm keeping back to see what it does, to see if it reverts or not. So with Regal Shields Albo, they are very prone to reversion unless you just happen to buy one from a really good, unless the mother plant has really strong genetics and it's proving in the offspring that it's like coming through, that chances are higher if the mother plant is really strong. And so this one here has some good variegation in one of the stems here. It's like, you can see that stripe down the middle. So this one I kept back because I feel like that's good. I feel like this one could potentially carry on good genetics. This leaf here was kind of low variegation. This one was really good, and this one is kind of good, but it's still too young to really see how the traits are going to carry on. But I'm going to try growing this one out from my mother and give it a go. But I wanted new genetics, so again, I found this one. I found this one in another plant I'm going to show you from a seller I hadn't purchased from before, but she had an image of her mother plant and it was gorgeous. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a chance with one of the pups that she is selling. And so I grabbed one, and this is one of the pups, and it has a really good color so far. Again, it's really young to tell how it's going to perform long term, because you're looking for like white on, I think it's the meristem right here, and it's still too juvenile. But this leaf here has really good color. This one is kind of yellowing a bit, the oldest one, and then this is the newest one that is really pretty. And this will be the first leaf in my care here. So we'll have to see how that looks. But this one I want to do in semi-hydro, so we'll go ahead and get this one transferred today. I did grow this in semi-hydro, the Regal Shields and soil, and they both did well in both substrates. I feel like Regal Shields is one of the easiest alocasias. I highly recommend this one. Even the variegated is so easy compared to a lot of alocasias that are variegated. I feel like it grows still really fast, and it's just a really good alocasia to start with. It's just the variegated ones can be tricky if sourcing a variegated one can be tricky because you just don't know what the genetics are going to do. Yeah, this is why I bought a new plant, to see what it does. Hopefully I get a really beautiful mother plant out of this, but I'm really excited to grow this one out. So that's the second repeat purchase today. And then these two alocasia are new. So new alocasias I'm bringing into my collection. And this one I got with this one. So I purchased this one and this one from the same seller. This one I have seen, but I wasn't really drawn to it for some reason. And then after seeing it some more, I was like, you know what? I really want this alocasia because I love how white it is, the variegation, how it burns in. So this is a Simpo, S-I-M-P-O albo. And the bigger plants of this are really pretty, but I love the variegation on mine. Looks like that, and it has some leaves that are super, super white. But do you see how it burns into like a really bright white color? Except this new leaf looks to be all white. Uh-oh. It's very promising, and these are both corms, corm-grown pups, not tissue culture. So they should grow fairly quickly. I'm really excited for those. I want to do this one as semi-hydro as well. And then the other new one I got was kind of more expensive, but I recently downsized my Yucatan Princess, and I wanted to get this one to replace it because my Yucatan Princess, again with the variegation, it was more like muted like this, and I didn't really like that variegation. So I wanted one that was like more pink. So I found someone who was selling this one. It's grown in several leaves, and the variegation is kind of doing a really variegated leaf and then a not so variegated leaf. But this one is called Plumbe Pink, and I love how pink, you know, the leaves actually burn in and stay. Do you see that? It's really, really pretty. This guy is wonky, this leaf here. I think this was like post shipping, and then the newest leaf coming in isn't that variegated. It has another older leaf here, and then this one here isn't that variegated. And it had another one that yellowed off that was pretty variegated. I'm hoping the genetics kind of carries through with this plant long term. Crossing my fingers. I kind of took a chance on this one. So yeah, I think I want to go ahead and get her put into pond. So we're going to do them all in semi-hydro today. But yeah, we have the Plumbe Pink, which I'm excited for. So new alocasia, and then our Regal Shield repeat purchase, and then our Pseudo Sanderiana pink repeat purchase. Oh, and the corm. Let me show you the corm. This corm I got with this seller. This one here I added on. So this is a Amazonica, but it's Aria, so the yellow variegation. And I got just a corm because the corm wasn't that much, but I love my Amazonicas. So I have two. I have the big one over here, and I have this one at the window. It just gave me a new leaf, and you guys, it is stunning. Amazonicas have the really huge long stems and the huge leaves. Like, look at that. She is stunning. I adore that alocasia so much. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my chance on a corm of the yellow variegation and see how it does. So we'll get this set up. I have a tray in here that has some alocasia corms, so I'll just stick it in there. It's got this outer shell, so I'll probably just peel that and stick it in stratum and perlite in there, and then hopefully it sprouts and it does well. Yeah, I'm really excited for all the alocasia. I like starting new alocasia over because they're so cute when they're like pup size, you know, when they're so tiny. They're so cute. And then they grow into like huge plants, and then they're massive and take over. But I love alocasia so much. There's just something about alocasia. I get sucked into wanting so many of them. They're just, I don't know, I just love them. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna grab my pond, perlite, some pots, and we'll get these potted up. I don't know the brand of this perlite. I'll show you. I got this on Amazon, and the pieces are like, they're not super big, but they're not super fine. Do you see? It looks like a good balanced perlite. I got I don't know what size this is. I think they had different amounts, but I just got a small bag because I wasn't sure. Because you know, sometimes I've ordered perlite before, and it doesn't come in the size that I think it would come. So I just got a small bag to see how it would come to me, and I really like the grain, the size particle. So I feel like this will be good to mix in with the pond. So I'll link this, but I may end up getting a bigger bag just so that I can have some when I need it. So yeah, this I think will be good to mix in with the pond. The cups that I'm using, these are just like plastic drinking cups. I'm gonna use these for the smaller ones. And then this I'm gonna use for the Regal Shields. It's definitely oversized right now, for sure. But it's going to size up pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here, and then I'll just be careful on watering. But I don't have like any smaller self-watering pots right now. And I don't love using the cups, but again, I don't wanna overwhelm the root system because they're really small. So I think these are 9-ounce drinking cups. Yeah, and then I used my soldering iron and poked some holes so that we can fit the wick through there. And then these are an outer cup. These are, I think, these might be 12 ounces. I don't know if it says, but it just fits in here like that. And then there's room for some water and a wick. So that's what I'm going to use for the other small ones. I'll mix the pond real quick, and then I'll probably sit down and do the repotting with you, because I have this pink chair in here that has my pond. It is humid today because of the rain, which is nice. Okay, let's open this up. Oh yeah, that looks good. This is mostly my DIY in here. All right, adding some of the perlite. I'm not sure how much to add. Let's see. Might add just a little bit more. I thought I saw something blue. It's like a blue string. Like, what the heck? I know there's another piece in here. Yeah, here it goes. Little string that was in the perlite. That's weird. That's gross. Okay, that looks good. Just to aerate the pond a little bit. So my new plants are going to be the guinea pigs with this. It's so nice not having that dangly cord down here. It also got on my nerves because it would get stuck on stuff a lot, especially when I'm filming at the kitchen. When I like walk by the counter, it gets stuck on the doorknobs. It would like yank off, and so hopefully this one goes well. Okay, so I have a bowl of water. We're gonna rinse the roots, and then, yeah, like I said, pot them up. And we'll do the corm last, since that one goes in the cabinet behind me. And these here are all in the Rudstad in front of me. We'll do the Regal Shields first. So I was watering in here last night. I decided to do it last night instead of today. Today's Saturday, and I normally water my plant room on Saturday, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done last night. And the weather stripping that I had initially put on the Rudstads was falling off. I had mentioned that. So I bought the it's called Alien Weather Strip or something. It's in the closet behind me. And so that came, I ordered that on Amazon. It came yesterday. And so I'm like, okay, let me try this. And it's thicker, as in it's like the pieces are wider. So I feel like it seals the gap better, but it wasn't as sticky. So what I did was I super glued, I put a dab of super glue on the ends so that the ends won't peel down. And that's definitely helped. And I replaced the side on this one just to compare. And this one right now is 88%, you guys, which is a lot more humid than it was. I mean, granted, it is more humid today, but it's definitely holding in a ton of humidity. Those begonias are going to be so happy in there. But like, oh, I'm going to have to be mindful now of like plants that are in there. They're going to get used to more humidity. But that's where I have these guys right now, just so that they can get some like better growing conditions. Yeah, that has a nice, healthy, robust root system already for like a young little pup. So this one, like I said, is going to go in here. We're going to go ahead and pot up. I might have cut this a little short. Uh-oh. I might just have to leave it as one, you know? Just one string instead of two. That's okay though. Oh yeah, I like the way that looks with the perlite in there. And it's already got some perlite on its roots, but that's fine. Kind of like that down in there. I'll water these at the end because I have nutrient water. Since I was watering last night, it's just out there, so I have to go get it. I wish this table was a little bit bigger. Just not quite as big. Oh, it looks so cute already. I love regal shields. I really hope this one doesn't lose its variegation. Oh, it's so cute. I love him already. All right, that one was really easy. I'm gonna put him on the floor. Okay, next, let's do this Simpo Albo. Beautiful. I love the bright white that this one is doing. Oh, I just watered these last night, so they're like full of water. This one has a nice little root system too. Look at that one. That's really good too. I feel like this one's going to be a vigorous grower. He might need an upsize sooner than later. But we'll stick him in this little setup for now. I was like, wait, where did my cup go? See, this one, it's not that, I won't be able to leave much of a reservoir in here. This is just a temporary setup. I need to find some like small but tall self-watering pots. I'll have to do a search. I do like the round ones, but I feel like they're just a little too big and they're more shallow. I need like ones that are more tall. I haven't really found ones that I love yet. But I'm not really leaving much of a reservoir today just because I don't want to like overwhelm them. Just potting them up. Okay. Oh yes, I'm really liking the consistency of that. Like it looks nice. You can see because that one's clear. Do you see how nice that looks? It's not super chunky like the chunky DIY that I made recently, but it's not super fine either. I really hope they like this. He's so cute. I have a feeling this one's going to be a favorite alocasia, especially once it gets bigger. Okay, we'll sit him on the floor. Next, let's do this Plumbe pink. Wait a minute, I was still asleep. I'm like, I need the pot. I think I cut an extra wick too. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Let's see the root system on this one. I feel like it's still got a decent little root system. I've had this one for, these are all relatively new. I would say within the last couple months. I've had this one the longest though. Oh, it's wanting to corm already. It's so funny how like little plants want to start corming already, little pups. See, these roots look pretty good. There's a couple that have a little rot on them. I like to put them in stratum perlite, you know, temporarily, and then I don't like to leave them in there for too long, just so they can grow in some water roots, and then I transition, because I feel like when I underwater the stratum a lot, because they dry so quickly, and then the roots sit dry for too long, and then sometimes when I leave them in there too long, the roots get, the stratum gets compacted, and then it just can rot the roots because it's just all mush, you know, if it stays wet for too long. Good little root system on that guy. I always start itching when I mess with alocasia. I think I just developed sensitivity over time. Maybe, if that's possible, I don't know. I feel like I like always wear gloves now handling plants most of the time. The calcium oxalate crystals with the corms. It's got a funky little leaf. This one's gonna go soon, but I'm gonna leave that for now. That is that cutie. Doesn't know which way to grow. It's kind of crazy right now. We'll see how it does. All right, and the last one is in tree fern and perlite, it looks like. But it has a nice little root system. So I'm gonna go ahead and go straight to pond from this. Hopefully it doesn't mind. Yeah, this one has the smallest root system. I feel like this is a pretty easygoing alocasia though. Okay, roots look pretty good. Definitely the smallest root system out of the bunch today. I don't know why I cut an extra wick. I'm very curious how the sound is going to be. I'm like really anxious to plug this into my editing software. Okay. I think once I wet this, it'll help stabilize. A couple of them are a little wobbly still. Oh. Yeah, that leaf is definitely going, but I'm gonna leave it. That one. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. Okay. That was the quick upsize. I'm gonna have to use this pot for something. Look at this cute strawberry pot. I found this at Michael's. I was in there when I had stopped in there when I was painting in here just to go in there because I hadn't been since all the spring. I was curious if they had like any plant stuff. I found this little strawberry pot. It's so cute. It just has a hole on the bottom. But I just use it for one of these cups, you know, so nothing leaks. It fits perfectly in here. It's so cute. They had a couple more designs. I forget what they were now. So it was only a few weeks ago. So if you like this, I would check your Michael's. And these are the cutest little cups. Those are so cute. Little mini size of everything is so cute. Okay. And this is the corm that I got right here. So I usually like to peel the outer layer. I have tongs in the other room, but I'm just going to use my fingers today. And I plant them in stratum and perlite. And I usually keep them under a humidity dome lid. They tend to grow this shell back anyway, but I like to peel it when I'm first setting them up. I feel like it helps wake them up a little bit. Okay, she a naked corm now. She's so tiny. All right, let's plop her in the cabinet, and then I have a tag already so I know which one this will be. Okay, so right back here I have a corm tray. Oh, with some corms. I'm just gonna plop her right into, this first one is empty right here. Just like that, and we are all done. I might add some water here. I have a little mister. I think they're pretty watered though. Okay. And we'll plop our lid on. There we go. That one is done. All right, we are going to water them really quick. I put some nutrients in here from my other fuller jug, and then I diluted it with water, so it's like half strength. just so that I don't like shock them with my nutrients straight out of the get-go, you know? So we're gonna do it over a bin, because I'm sure this is dusty a little bit. Hi. Okay. Yes, hi. What do you want? Definitely a big pot for this one for sure. But I don't want to leave any kind of reservoir yet, because that's going to hold moisture for a while. Plus it's going into a more humid environment, so that one's definitely going to stay more moist. This one's still a little wobbly, it needs to root. This one had the least amount of roots. Hi, Loon. All right, that one. She's just staring at me down there. What do you want, Loon? This one. Okay, last one. Okay. This is the weather stripping that was recommended. Alien Draft Seal. It has 3 in a pack. So that's what I use to line it. It's definitely like longer. I replaced this and then the edges here. And then, like I said, I just added a dot of super glue at the top and the end, just to hold it so that it doesn't lift. And I feel like that's gonna work. What? So yeah, it's like mid 80s, but I just cracked the door, so it's gonna drop some here. She's going in there. What are you doing in there? You can't have in there, crazy. Okay, I might have to shuffle some plants here, because now they have some bigger pots. All right, these guys, we're gonna go back here in the back. We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3. Kind of squeeze them all right here. And then real shields, I'm gonna have to put this one on the bottom. Unless I can share with this begonia here. This begonia is getting big. Oh no, that might be too heavy for that shelf. I don't want to overdo it. She's so funny. Come here. You can't have in there. Come on. Oh, you're crazy. We'll just set this one right here. It's still going to get some good light here. I kind of have that guy in the middle because he's so big. Okay. Yeah, watch yourself. Watch yourself. All right. Yeah, so that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted something quick that was, I don't know, kind of fun to do that I could test the mic out with. So let me know how the sound sounds, if it sounds okay. But I'll see how it is in editing and go from there. It's so nice not having to deal with that dang cord. So I'm excited about this little guy. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm not sure when this is going to go up. I might edit this a bit later. So maybe tomorrow. Today's Saturday, by the way. Did I say that? I think I did. Because I'm going to be busy for the next, couple days post restock. So I'll try and get this up tomorrow, but we'll see. So if you're watching this, then it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. And thank you for being here as always. I'll give you an update on these guys when I do the walkthrough later this month at the end of the month. Give you an update on how they're doing. But yeah, have a good rest of your day and I will see you in the next one.